Hello, everyone.
Hey.
Welcome to a constantly calibrating, unscripted, totally florped up review of the GameStop Expo.
Don't we just call these unfiltered?
Unfiltered, that's the I've been trying to think of that all day, like what we call this. It's unfiltered is the typical name. Wow, that's not peaking, that's telling me it's on. Good to know. It's unfiltered, people.
Yes.
It's been a long day. It's about 8:30 at night. We're losers, we know. Oh, introductions. I'm Josh Silverman.
Justin Stanley.
I don't know why we do the last name. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. We really never really decided quite on what the plan of that is. I want to turn the mic more towards you. I'm looking.
Oh, yeah. That's how tired I am. So, yeah.
So, yeah, anyways. We're exhausted because we drove up here yesterday. I was going to say Friday, but yesterday was Saturday.
Yesterday was Saturday.
We drove up here 5 hours from Phoenix, Arizona. Nice little drive. Came here to the city of Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm. City of Lights.
So it's a city of lights. I think City of Lights is actually like Paris.
Whoops.
It's the city of. There's a lot of lights, a lot of billboards, a lot of all that some fun stuff. Went to a pizza place I enjoy called Secret Pizza. It doesn't really have a name. Went there that last night, and then went to bed about got into bed about 9 p.m. and was asleep by about 10:30.
So we really party Vegas.
We partied up Vegas, totally. It's amazing. But went to the GameStop Expo. That's why we're here right now. So, GameStop Expo is an event that this is now my third year attending. I only attend what's in Vegas.
It's first time for me.
First time for you, yeah. It's a good event. So, it's for those who haven't been. GameStop Expo used to be just the GameStop Managers Conference, or what I think that's roughly the name of what it used to be.
The Managers Conference.
Managers Conference, which is where GameStop managers and some assistant managers would go. They'd find out about new and upcoming games.
Yep.
Pretty much that whole rigmarole. About I want to say 4 years ago, they opened it up to the public. Initially, it was like 2 days for the public, and then it just turned into now, essentially, typically it's the Managers Conference, and the next day it's for the public. They did the opposite this year.
Yeah, which totally messed me up because I was totally going to try to meet a couple managers that I know.
Turns out they were not actually most of them not in town yet.
Nope.
So we did that today. The managers conference tomorrow doesn't really matter for us because we thankfully don't work for GameStop anymore. Beyond that part of our lives.
Nothing wrong with it.
I'm not
part of our past.
I'm not made for retail.
I was, but I needed to get out of it.
Yeah, pretty much. So, GameStop Expo we went to, and it was a good morning. You guys may have watched this live stream forgetting to pay attention to the fact that we could have gotten in even earlier. Yeah, that was fun to realize live on stream that we missed them trying to gesture us in.
Yeah, didn't really need it, though.
Didn't need it at all. So, the way the GameStop Expo works is it's pretty open. It's kind of like a mini E3.
Yes.
You have all like the cool booths. You have the major companies like Ubisoft, Xbox, or Microsoft Xbox, PlayStation, your Capcom's, Konami's, things, all those kind of things, the things you expect at E3.
Yeah, these are the things that they want managers to play so they could sell it. So it's all the big stuff.
Yeah, so it's all that big stuff. It's stuff to teach the managers how to sell.
But stuff that will pop up in a retail store.
Exactly. So, you get all the big stuff, except it's a significantly smaller event, an event that I think a lot of people still don't know even exists.
No.
And, yeah, I'm getting a paranoid moment. Hold on. I don't know why. I just got a paranoid moment that wasn't recording.
Yeah, because we do it.
Because we've done it before. And I can't see the lens right now to see the aperture is actually open because of how we set this up.
Yeah.
So it's like a mini E3 where you have all these major things and stuff like that, but then because there's not a lot of people there, because a lot of people don't know about the event, as far as I could tell, you have a situation where, like, for us, we were part of the VIP group essentially because we're media, so we got in 90 minutes early. We both had a discussion like, I wonder if Mario Odyssey is here. And we walked in and just walked right up and played Mario Odyssey.
Pretty much.
And not even the first time of the day. Like, we actually played it twice because we went up, poorly, a very ill-advised decision to keep the stream going. One of their lovely people working the booth offered to keep filming it, and we thought, the fuck, why not?
Yeah.
Not great for commentary. Sorry for anyone who watched that.
Sorry about that.
It wasn't phenomenal, but the opportunity presented itself, so why not? Justin played the New Donk City portion.
I did.
I played the desert portion, and then we went back later and just switched roles. And when I say later, I mean like 2 to 3 p.m., so many hours later, once all the attendees were able to be in. And yeah, didn't even wait then. Like that was...
No, just walked up and played.
Walked up to play. Maybe that... It was a difference of a 0-second wait and like a 30-second wait.
Pretty much.
For the big game on the Switch coming out.
Yeah.
Essentially. So let's talk about Mario Odyssey first, since we're kind of alluding to that. You know,
actually, I want to point that out. Like, I played 13, 14 games or so.
Really? Is that how many?
Yeah, because I also forgot about Skyrim, but so I just counted that into.
Oh yeah.
It didn't. That's not counting the games I played twice.
Wow, that's actually pretty crazy. So just to put in perspective,
that's more than I do in 3 days of PAX.
Yeah, that's about the same. That's almost the same we do at 3 days of PAX, and that's with appointments, and that's with planning, and that's with sometimes doing the thing media have to do, and you know, kicking somebody off a unit just because that's how the booths are set up, which I always despise that.
Yeah.
But it's just par for the course. So yeah, that's with no points or anything, just walking up to booth. Jesus Christ, that is... I hadn't really thought about it. I need to run through my brain what the hell we played, but so Mario Odyssey, I'm just going to give you guys the opinion right off the bat. We played it. I enjoyed it. I walked away. I had to go back and play it again later on in the day. We had free time. Why not? And then it was a case of we were done playing it and we were wandering around again. And I looked at Justin. I'm like, we didn't end up doing it, but I'm like, I just want to go back and play that again. I don't care if it's the same demo.
Yeah.
Like, that was fun.
It was ridiculously fun. Like, it's definitely the feeling of the old, like, Mario 64.
And specifically of 64, to be clear. Like, I didn't like Mario Galaxy. I didn't play the second one. I was not a fan of Mario Galaxy. I don't know, just didn't like it. I've never played Mario Sunshine. So the last 3D Mario game that I really truly played was Mario 64. And that, like many, you know, in our age group, was just like a major gaming experience.
Yes.
And I just felt like I was playing just a prettier version of that game. Triple jumps there, long jumps there. There's some new mechanics like rolling and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but
still kind of hard to tell like where you're going to land when you jump, but that's always
the
Mario thing.
And I had a couple of issues. During my first playthrough, the desert thing was actually pretty much fine. During the city one, I don't know if it was the console I was on, I had a bunch of cases where I would start running straight, and for some reason Mario would just hook a right and walk off an I-beam. Happened a bunch, which all that does is I think you lose like 5 or 10 coins,
something like that,
from your stash, and you just restart from the latest checkpoint.
It's cool. The coins actually have, they're the currency of the game. They actually have value.
Yeah.
So you lose them when you get lives, but you can also use them to buy like extra outfits and stuff.
Yeah, there's coins. Most people have seen the footage like out of E3 and stuff like that, but just for those who haven't, you know, you have your standard gold coins, which are just basic currency, and then every level has their own special coins as well that can unlock special outfits for that, you know, from that level and stuff. Starting off, at least for my New Donk City playthrough, I had standard Mario, I had Mario's Safari outfit, I want to say, and then I bought I'm just going to call it the Gangster outfit.
Yeah, I got the Gangster outfit too.
Well, how could you not? What's really cool about those outfits, I didn't realize from E3, and maybe they said it, I just didn't realize, was the fact that you don't have to wear both pieces. Oh. You can switch out the shirt, well, essentially the jumpsuit and the hat individually. I ended up buying both the whole mobster gangster thing, and then accidentally forgot to equip the hat that comes with it. So I was wearing the pinstripe black suit,
okay,
but with Mario's standard red hat. And honestly, I want to cosplay that. Like, it was my favorite fucking thing I've ever seen in a Mario game.
This is actually going to open the door for cosplay. I didn't even think about that. Like,
yeah, Mario cosplay is going to be big post Odyssey. Once people start seeing all things, you're going to see. I can't wait to see the first Mario Odyssey cosplay group that's just Mario's, because just like the many different colorations of outfits and things like that. Because we only have an idea of some of the outfits. I guess there's a lot more out there, and there's a lot more hidden stuff as well. Yeah, game was fun. Taking over like the Bullet Bill was really cool.
Yeah, it was.
It was surprisingly cool, though. Again, really hard to figure out when you land. I thought I was above a moon piece. Jumped out and nope, backtracked to the start of the level. Thankfully, I hit a checkpoint, so I just jumped to my death, and
it's quickest way.
It's quickest way. But yeah, like we keep saying, but starting off kind of with the best here, but it really was just a really fun experience.
Yes.
A return to form, and it went from a must-buy on the Switch in my book to a holy shit must buy. I already have it pre-ordered. I don't pre-order games that much anymore, but it was already pre-ordered, and now I have like zero doubts in my mind that was a good decision.
Yes.
We
endorse it.
Yeah, no, I endorse the shit. If you have a Switch and you were a fan of Mario games, like this is just...
It'd be a crime not to get it.
Though I will, not so much a fault, but one thing, playing, I wondered on watching the videos if New Donk City would be creepy actually playing the game. It is so fucking creepy.
It's so creepy. Like, that feeling doesn't go away.
No, the human characters are so unsettling and so uncomfortable and deeply unpleasant to be around. But it works in this like surrealist kind of painting sort of way where you're like, I know this is wrong, but I'm sort of okay with it. But yes, you can jump on their heads. Yes, you can jump on their heads and walk away from the console, and Mario just keep jumping, and
you'd be jerk Mario just all day long.
Really fun. I don't know what it is about. Mario can ride a moped. I did not realize that was.
I didn't get to do that.
You didn't do the New Donk City? I found one, hopped on it, drove straight into a fucking wall because it was when I was on the console that had the weird left thumbstick. But what came after? What did we do after Mario? Was that Ubisoft time we swung by?
Yeah, we went to Ubisoft next.
So essentially what we did was we tried to pick out the stuff that we thought would be hard to get into, and out of the corner of our eye we saw that Assassin's Creed Origins was there. Again, no line. Got right on it. I played it later. So we were going to talk about, and we're not going to go through completely in this exact order, just like with Mario. Justin played it first. I played it, and then Justin ended up playing it a second time.
Because I couldn't invert my controls the first time. I had to, ask them. Because it's an alpha build, so they don't have any options yet. They actually had to, do something on the controller to make it, like a button combination on the controller to make it work.
Seriously? Like a debug kind of thing, but not quite. I think I keep putting the microphone in front of my
it
face.
will be in the main game. It's just...
it's
not
just
in the demo.
Yeah, it's just not in the demo of the game. It's nice though that it was in the demo, because
it's an option. You just have to ask for it.
Yeah,
secret menu.
Yeah, it's the secret menu. Let's just put it this way: for me at least, if not for Mario Odyssey, Assassin's Creed Origins probably would have been my game at the show. You didn't have quite as great of an experience. I've been talking a lot.
Yeah.
You didn't have quite as great of an experience because you've had a couple of weird moments between the inverted controllers and.
Yeah, first one was an inverted controller. The next one was a developer that kind of keeps telling you what to do, which it's familiar. I mean, because they have to get people through the demo, so where to play. But everything I was doing, he's like, "Oh, you can shoot this guy." I'm like, "I don't want to shoot him. I want to hit him." It's like, if you do this, it's like, no, don't want to do that.
You kind of had the Navi tutorial mode almost.
Pretty much it was, hey, listen, through the whole thing. Mm-hmm. Guy was cool. It's just. I guess I should have been up front. It's like, it's cool, man. I'm just going to play it.
Yeah, you definitely did not luck out. I lucked out in the sense that the guy who was running my demo had been doing the Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle.
Yeah.
He'd been doing that all day. So he gave me a little run through at the beginning. He said, you played Assassin's Creed before? And I'm like, I've dabbled, kind of thing. And we joked around for a little bit. And then I played a little bit and he's like, so I'm just going to tell you right now, I haven't seen shit of this game really yet. He's like, I've been working that booth all day. I know a little bit about what's going on. I can tell you some of the basic controls and stuff like that, but knock yourself out.
Yeah. As far as controls go, completely different from any Assassin's Creed I played.
It's not even comparable. So all the trailers and we've seen all the gameplay stuff, a lot of stuff at E3, for people who want a reference, Brad and I, after E3 coverage, we gave it our looks pretty award, essentially, which was our game of show for E3, because just from an at-home perspective, no hands-on, it just looked amazing. It looked like everything I would have wanted out of Assassin's Creed for a redo of it, for a bring back, and it really felt that way. The combat, you have what, a light attack on your right bumper.
Yeah, for reference, we're also playing on 360 controllers.
Yeah, it was a 360 controller. So
Xbox One controllers.
Yeah, Xbox One controller. So yeah, right bumper was your light attack. Right trigger was a heavy attack.
Yep.
Parry was, I want to say, B.
It was B, but I forget if you have to be in shield mode or not, which is left bumper.
So that would explain why I was never able to block stuff. That is totally making sense. So yeah, I never really looked at the control things. But yeah, it was.
As far as climbing goes, though, there's no more. Hey, there has to be a handhold. It's just anything you run up to, you just hold A and you go up it.
Yep, you just go up it. You hold A. It's simple as that. Run. As far as I could tell, there was no sprint to running. It's just you just how far you hold the stick.
Yeah, I kept thinking of sprint or one, which means I keep holding down like left. I think it used to be right trigger, but I kept holding down left trigger, which means I just pull out my bow all the time.
Right, it's. I feel like it's been A and right trigger depending. For some, but yeah, no,
it used to be.
At least the original game was A, because the original game's basis was Y was the head button, X and B were the hand buttons, and A was the run button or the feet button. So, and then a lot of other games are trigger and stuff like that. So yeah, I kept doing stupid shit, but
same here.
Combat was fun. It is not combat like you know it. You're not hitting X, timing, parry, timing. It's not that, even though it came before, it's not that Arkham light combat.
If you take out the directional stuff in For Honor, like if you're going to high guard, left guard, right guard, it's essentially For Honor combat system, I think. Or at least it feels like it.
Yeah, it just... All I know is I felt really in control. That's the best way to say it. I love Assassin's Creed games.
Actually, like in a Dark Souls way, actually. Like,
really?
Like light attack. Like when you go in for attack, you go in for the attack. If you hit them, you hit them. If you don't, you're left open.
Yeah, once the animation starts, you're in that animation. So for a light attack, you're pretty much fine for the most part.
Actually, yeah, I would say that. It felt a lot like Dark Souls combat.
Cool. I now really want to play Dark... Every time we have a discussion that leads to Dark Souls, you just add another facet that makes me want to play it. Having now played this combat. Anyways, that being, that aside, so...
I couldn't hit, like, a deflect, so I was trying to. The guy's like, oh, you got a spear, you should just dodge. I'm like... Or the guy had a spear, I was like, I want to try to deflect it.
I was just wailing on people for the most part.
I did too.
In it, but it was just... But yeah, no, it feels as control again. The old Assassin's Creed games, I think I've played every major Assassin's Creed except for Unity. So
you didn't play Rogue, but that's not major.
Every of the main line. So no Liberation, no Rogue. So what I was gonna say though is Syndicate was like the most changed of combat, where every game before Syndicate that I played, so essentially from, what would that be, Assassin's Creed 4 and earlier, you could turn your brain off in combat, because once you got used to it, it was just so easy. You could take on 15 guys at once, or however many loadouts, I don't remember how many, and you were fine. Syndicate added a little more challenge to that, but you still could just parry and not do anything else. Parry and counter and parry and counter.
Yeah, this one, like, if you can get overwhelmed. And
I got overwhelmed with 4 guys, pretty much.
I'm gonna say you can still handle yourself in combat once you get used to combat. Let's have that feeling, but like it brings in that feeling that, oh crap, throw a smoke bomb and run type deal.
Yeah, no, definitely felt that way. But I will say I love the bow and arrow controls though.
They feel right.
They feel right. I can only imagine how much better it'll be on a PC kind of thing.
Yeah.
Just because I definitely had a case of tweaking kind of thing.
Except I wouldn't be playing. I'd still play a controller on PC just because I don't want to deal with the rest of it.
Yeah, there is that aspect. No, well, it's me, so I probably would as well. But I could see someone preferring it for this. But like, I was like nailing headshots on guys, and God, it feels good when that arrow just rips through someone's eye.
Yeah, you can also, like, if there's like a flame thing, you can put your arrow into it, catch it on fire.
I didn't do that. I did not know that.
I know that because somebody told me multiple times.
Yeah, I reached the situation where I was fighting. I was doing this really good stealth run on this like castle place. I thought I was supposed to rescue someone. Turned out I was supposed to murder him, and he was a captured guy in a prison. On my second attempt, I released him and then chased him through the streets, and it was comical like you cannot believe.
Yep.
Ridiculousness. But the first time, I did a good stealth run until I got this one point where I got spotted. Ended up fighting a guy in the bushes, or there was some pots around. Did not occur to me those pots were, what they were. So first I hit the guy in a pot, and this black tar started out. I'm like, what the hell is that? Didn't occur to me. It's oil.
Yes.
And then a moment later, the oil spread. Because it actually spread and hit the fire that was nearby. I went in for the kill shot on this guy while fire. So my character is literally on fire doing the kill shot, and it just starts spreading. When I say spread, I'm talking like Far Cry 4 level of fire spreading. Like it was absurd. And no, that was one of my 4 deaths.
I got attacked by a hippo.
You have to. I saw the hippo when I was in Senu. Senu is the name of the bird, right?
I guess so.
I think so. I think I'm saying it right. In Eagle Vision, and I didn't actually like come across it.
Yeah.
So, get mauled.
No, like I was trying to climb on the boat, and all of a sudden there's a hippo there. And he's like, "Arr, arr." That's what sounds hippo make.
Arr. Yeah. Well, speaking of boats, the boats are really cool to drive in that.
Yeah, they feel pretty good.
I mean, it's simple. It's a faster version of Ezio's gondola, pretty much. Is what it ultimately feels like. You hold down the
gondola
trigger
with a turbo.
Yeah, no, I mean that thing goes fucking fast. But it felt good. The swimming's good. I wasn't underwater that much, but I explored an undersea wreck, and it was interesting.
It's definitely Black Flag too. Like as far as how the game built, because it's the same developers the ones that did Black Flag.
Yeah, it's essentially Black Flag the expanded edition. As far as a lot of it.
But instead of a lot of water, there's a lot of sand.
A lot of sand, which is really cool. The game is beautiful.
Yes,
absolutely breathtakingly beautiful. I don't really know what's quite going on with the story, and I don't frankly care because the combat's so good and so enjoyable that I want to go back. Stealth feels good as well.
It did until it did assassinate people's Y, which is weird. I keep going for X.
Yeah, it being on Y, I'll give you that. So I crawled up a ship during the mission. There's a guy standing at the edge, and guy standing at the edge, what do you do? And I'm like, what the fuck button? There was no prompt on the screen for that first time. I'm like, what button do I hit here? And I'm like, freaking. And the guy notices me. He's like, huh? What are you doing down there? Kind of response. And it was a restricted zone, so it was more like, what are you doing down there? I'm gonna stab you in the face. And then due to a weird AI pathing thing, he walked away, lost sight of me instantaneously, and then the Y prompt reappeared.
Another thing I hope they change right now, there's a lot of the buttons have a timer. You have to hold them before they do something. Like to mount, dismount, to assassinate.
Yes. So no, assassinate was instant for
assassinate.
It was instant, but no, the dismount. I could not get off a fucking horse to save my life. I could not get off that boat. I plowed into the dock. That boat went straight vertical because I could not, for the life of me, figure out what to do. Because I'm like, I know it's B. Why is it not working? I know it's B, but it's not even like a 2 second kind of quick thing. That's a good 3.5 to 4 second. I feel like to get to dismount stuff, and it felt needless.
Yep.
I realize they want to stop you from accidentally getting off a horse or something like that, but
I'm hoping there's an option, or hoping they just changed it, because again, we're playing an alpha build. So.
Yeah, it's an alpha build. To keep that in mind. For instance, you start off the game on a horse in the we'll start off this section of the demo on a horse in the desert. When and it has the auto mode. You find
you can make them automatically follow the road.
Yeah, if you find an actual road, you can automatically follow, like you'd see in Ghost Recon Wildlands or in Far Cry. So it's similar to that. I was doing that, chatting with the guy, and suddenly we both look over at my screen. We're like, horse and characters frozen. Everything in the world is frozen, but I could still completely pan around and clothing is flowing and everything, but the whole world is fucking frozen. And I was just like, well, this is a fun glitch. It was actually funny. He asked me if I wanted to restart the game, and I'm like, dude, I'm 20 seconds into it. What have I done yet? It's like, are you telling me to restart it because this bug might happen again? I wasn't really sure, but yeah, again, we're starting off with the two best things. This would have been my game of show if not for Mario.
Then again, right after this, I guess we probably should move on. Went to Far Cry 5.
Yeah. Far Cry 5 not coming out till early 2018, March or something like that.
Yeah, something like
that. Relatively speaking, and that's there. That was there. I did not expect that. I thought it was gonna be sometimes at events you'll see a video. You go watch a video you're only going to see at this event and only this event for the next month kind of thing. Nope, it was playable. It felt really far along.
It felt like really Far Cry.
It literally felt
not in a bad way.
No, but it felt like it felt like playing Far Cry 4, except your villains are Montana cultists. And your area is, well, it's Montana. You duck into bars, and
I like the deliberations in this one, because you liberate certain areas. I actually feel like they have more of a meeting because they actually open the stores, and there's more stuff to do in the towns after you do.
Yeah, no, it definitely.
It's not like, hey, you just have an outpost that you can fast travel to. Yeah.
Yeah, no, there actually felt like there was something to it. There actually felt like something interesting. It felt alive, I guess is the best way I could say. So I didn't have sound initially because the guy gave me the wrong headset. He gave me his. So the way it was set up was it was myself, Justin, and another person. We all were on comms with each other, even though we were on separate games, which that confused me. I thought for some reason we were. So, okay, at the start of the demo, you can choose one of 3 companions. More of an artillery kind of guy, a female sniper, and then the dog.
Yeah,
that's not how it's going to start when you play the game, you're going to unlock these as you go, but just for demo purposes, a lot of more stuff is unlocked.
Yes.
I didn't understand what was going on. I legitimately thought Justin's position was the main character, and then me and the other guy were choosing to play as companion characters. I was like, I'll play as a dog, sure, why not? It did not fucking occur to me I was choosing a companion because I'm dumb. But so anyways, it was the three of us just on comms in our own single player worlds with I'm gonna call him the game master guy.
That works.
The guy officiating behind us on comms as well, just to give us details so he could talk to all three of us at once. And he gave me his headset, which has no game audio. And he had the one with game audio, and I didn't have game audio, so I was like, okay, let me try to figure out how to do this. So I just started firing a pistol wildly at the beginning. Yeah, I didn't know I was near an outpost to liberate. I got fucking swarmed. I'm gonna tell you right now, the combat in this game at this level, which is is this alpha or pre-alpha even?
I have no idea.
I don't know. Well, it's alpha or earlier. I feel like based on where that combat difficulty was, they need to scale it up because, I should not have survived what I did. However, it felt like an action movie.
Yeah,
because I'm like firing wildly, running, ducking, jumping over things. My dog on my tails. He's like taking down guys.
You can actually burst through like the windows and stuff too.
Yeah, I slammed through. I slammed into a place, ducked around a corner, and like they're just all outside. And I'm just like chucking dynamite, and like it felt like a legitimate
same here, like
80s action film.
For some reason, they drove in on a fuel truck, so I blew up the fuel truck and just decimated everybody around it.
Yeah, it was really cool. I had a lot of fun with that sequence. The next mission was like a plane thing, which I didn't get to do because I did the auto drive mode.
Yes.
The auto drive mode drove me out of the demo and ended my demo experience. So that was not great. However, then I'm just like, I didn't want to start it over again, obviously. Yeah. So I watched Justin and
I got to the plane.
Yeah. How was the plane? Because
feels good.
Yeah. Does it feel good to fly?
It flies.
It's not the gyrocopter.
No, it's definitely not the gyrocopter. It actually it performs as you think a plane should.
Well, that's good to know.
And it has like rockets, machine guns, and a bomber view where you can bomb stuff.
Yeah, it was
satisfying.
I was watching that. It looked really cool. So you could do bombing runs, kind of strafing runs, kind of things.
Yep.
See, and then of course you could just jump out of it randomly by accident,
which I did, and that ended my demo.
And that ended Justin's demo because I was
in the middle of a dogfight and like I held X as I do, which is the get in, get out thing. Mm-hmm. And now I'm falling and parachute.
I'm going to say one thing about all these demo experiences I've had today is I've never wanted more to have a direct capture let's play on a show floor because some of the best fucking moments that ever happened to me in gaming all happened today.
Yeah.
Like just some of those ridiculous, stupid shit that I just wish we had commentary for. Some of these games we actually do have B-roll and recordings for. It really depends on which games. Like the ones that they did allow us to film were very surprising. The ones they didn't allow us to film were very surprising.
Yeah.
Could film Far Cry. Couldn't film South Park.
Couldn't film Shadow War either.
Okay, I'm going to tell you right now. So Shadow War is like the next one I think we went to anyways. I don't understand. Person running PR, marketing, whatever your position was, was I allowed to film or not? Like
we're actually very unclear.
We were very. So it's like you can't film video directly of the screen, but if you incidentally get video of the screen, that's okay. Don't take pictures if the screen's in view, but if you take a picture of a person and the screen's in view, it's like yes or no. Can I film? It's not. I can't do over the shoulder cool. So in other words, if I'm walking by the video camera and I happen to do like a strafing shot and it comes across, that's how I interpreted it.
Yes.
But the wording of it made no goddamn sense. No. Meanwhile, right next to me, the person playing it who sat down, she is playing literally with her phone held up like that, holding down the record, doing Instagram things. I'm like, the problem with being a responsible media person is you could easily get away with shit if you're not a responsible media person.
Yeah, we're way too. We asked everybody.
I know a lot of people live their lives with the mentality of
it's
better to ask for forgiveness, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I prefer to just go in and with a smile on my face say, hey, can I record your game? Yep. And if they tell me no, shrug and be like, cool.
Most of them appreciate it, though, very much.
Yeah, that's for the most part. They appreciate it.
Back to the game.
Yeah, so Shadow War, as we've discussed before, Shadow Mordor was one of my favorite games of 2015?
Yeah.
I think it was 2015. It had really enjoyable combat, really enjoyable exploration, one of the shittiest stories and put together stories of any game I've ever played in my life, and story traversal and all that stuff. It was like the worst parts of Assassin's Creed story planning. However, the Nemesis system was the true story, and we literally just did a podcast topic about this, like 2 or 3 years ago. You should go watch where we discussed possible Nemesis systems in other gaming, and it
can't cut off.
Shit. All right, we'll be back. And no time passed at all. It's not like it's 15 minutes later now.
No, not at all.
Yeah, camera's turned off automatically after 31 minutes. I don't know if this is staying. So yeah, so the Nemesis system was the great part about Shadow of Mordor, because you create your own, it was emergent storytelling. You create your own stories, your own things, and yeah, it was just this awesome feature. And my issue with the Shadow of War demo is I didn't actually get to really see it.
No.
And I didn't actually necessarily want to see it almost, because it wouldn't be my Nemesis.
Yeah.
Well, but okay, go ahead.
I'm just trying to say I kind of saw it, but
I saw aspects of it. I saw degrees of it. I saw how it functions.
Yep.
You and I took two very different paths with the demo.
This is another demo now. It's like just they kept telling me what to do. Oh my gosh.
Yep. You had the tutorial mode again.
Well, this is what he tried to get me to do, like the story part, which I think you did. And it's like, nah, I want to do Siege.
Yeah, the guy convinced me to do the story mode. Actually, he tried to convince me to do the Siege, and then I was like, him and Han. He's like, story mode's pretty cool. I was like, yeah, I'll do story mode. So, you can talk about Siege first.
Siege is interesting. You do siege a castle. You have to like set them up before you do it. It shows you like all the top orcs or the generals on the right side. You could pick your own as well.
Mm-hmm.
And each orc that you pick, you could put a special ability on them, like speed arrows or fire arrows. And then like each one you put in there, like your generals, like you can pick a special ability for them.
Oh, cool.
I don't know if that's going to open up even more, but that's what I got to briefly see. So yeah, you can pick which one of your guys you want to be in the siege with you. But you can lose them too. Like, it's not like just like, oh, they popped in, they went down, and oh, they're out the fight. No, they die.
So I mean, it's that was one thing that Shadow Mordor did very well with once you killed off characters, they're gone kind of thing. Sometimes they would pop back, but as long as they weren't subdued. But this just takes it kind of that next level.
Definitely,
almost.
And they all kind of seem like they do have their personality. So that was a cool thing, which makes me feel heartbroken when I lose them. I actually already felt heartbroken. I had a bard, like it was the legit bard. Like he even had like an outfit on. He had loot with him, and he like sang when the opening hits, and he was the first one to die.
Well, of course, because you set the fucking bard into a siege.
Yeah, I'm talking about like not during the fight. Like we're well into siege. He died like instantly.
He's like, "Hello, my friend."
It was tragic, man. I felt bad. But like we do the siege. Like first, you got to break down the gate, which your guys work on, and then after that, it's kind of like capture the points. There's like A, B, and C.
Okay.
So you got to like get knock everybody out, hold the point. The thing is, like the whole general thing, it played in too much. Like every couple seconds, I had someone else introducing themselves because they still do that.
Yeah. So hello, I've heard of you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Except like 15 times. Another perk. So one of the things they were showing me with the siege, the stronghold, before I decided not to go after it, is when you go into your nemesis screen, there's the big bad I forgot what the rank of the main guy is, and then beneath him are the war chiefs, and then beneath them are all the different generals and subjects, and going down kind of thing. And it's kind of like the original Crackdown, where you can either go straight for the big boss, or you can take off the little supply chain things, which will change some aspects of. So here's another perk of a reason to do that, apparently, is because if you do that, they will shut the fuck up because they're dead.
Yeah, so I imagine that, that's going to be part of it. Like, if you work on that one area, then maybe they won't be there during the siege, which would be a reason to do it.
Yeah, it just depends. Like, do you just want to go and balls to the walls, taking on every single general, every single orc and Uruk-hai, or do you just want to whittle down the food chain until it's really just you and the big bad?
Yeah, it was a little bit pain in the ass because I was fighting a lot of people that you couldn't block. By the way, as far as the gameplay goes, it's just more Shadow Mordor.
Yeah, no, the combat was. I haven't played Shadow Mordor since beating it, pretty much. since shortly after being it, because my save file got corrupted when I was almost at 100% in it, and I just never, and I lost Lorm. Lorm the shaman. 2 years later, I still remember. That's how good the Nemesis system is. I still remember the name of him.
They still get those crazy names.
I lost him, yeah, and because I just never went back to the game. But 2 years later, haven't touched the game. I started playing and immediately remembered every aspect, from sprinting up, cliff faces and stuff like that, to sprint running, to bow and arrow, to the combat. And it's the same game, just tweaked a little bit, just like tuned. We talked about with Assassin's Creed how much I love the bow. The bow in this is even better. Like, you nail a headshot on an orc and it's just amazing. Just their head just lurches back. It is it's awesome.
I'm pretty sure there's going to be some special abilities that make it feel different, but as far as the combat felt exactly the same.
Yeah, it felt like more of the same, which is not a bad thing.
No,
because the best parts about Shadow of Mordor were the combat and Nemesis system. So, just an upgraded version of that is perfectly fine.
Yeah. But I was getting attacked by a lot of guys that you couldn't parry, so it was a pain.
Yeah.
But that's about all I saw in my demo.
Yeah, my demo is the story mode. I'll keep it light on that. But the story version is I don't know the exact name of the creature. Sorry, I'm not as big a Lord of the Rings fan as I once was, but it's essentially the same creatures of what a Balrog is, which may just actually be what the type of creature is. I can't remember if it's the name of it or a name of a creature. Mm-hmm. Correct me in the comments. Is being summoned. And you stop the guy doing it, who's kind of a nemesis guy, but he runs off, and then you dive into a pit and you fight it in a but you're like riding on a titan of a character, and it's cool.
Yeah. It's dragons.
Yeah, there's dragons and stuff like that. It's really cool. It was fun. I did not like the mounted combat aspect of that almost at all whatsoever.
Didn't get any. I didn't play a part where you can actually when I said there's dragons, you can actually fly on the dragons.
I don't know that. That's pretty awesome.
Or drakes, as they
I've
call
seen
them.
almost nothing of this game actually before this. I think I somehow not watched any trailers, so a lot of stuff seemed really cool and novel to me, which is also probably why all the different special editions and the digital content you get confuses the shit out of me, because I didn't understand what the fuck I was getting with any of these.
Yeah.
And I'm even having played it now, I'm still not sure. It raised my desire to, because it was a must buy for me, and then all the bullshit happened with the whole, let's just call it what it is, pay to win stuff.
Yes.
And I decided I wasn't going to buy the game anymore. I was going to wait on it, at least for the time being. Maybe wait for Christmas time, presents and things like that. This bumped me back up playing it to wanting to play it, to wanting to get it at launch. I still don't think I'm going to. But that Nemesis system is just...
It's too tempting. Also, just the layout of taking out the smaller food chain or just get to the bigger guy is always fun.
It was one of my favorite features of Crackdown that not a lot of games have really ever pulled off anywhere near as well as that. Yeah. They didn't pull off phenomenally, but it pulled off decently for the time. So, yeah, the taking on the small fish, moving your way up is always... Well, taking down the mob kind of mentality.
Shout out to Mercenaries or Godfather 2.
Mercenaries and Godfather 2, definitely.
Oh, that's good. Games. Not really, but they are.
No.
They're fun.
They're enjoyable.
But that's about all I have to say about Shadow War.
Yeah, it was good. Unlike Assassin's Creed, which I want to go back and play, I want to break in and go play it, and Mario, I want to break into Nintendo and go play. I can wait on Shadow War. It was fun, but I have no issues waiting.
Yeah. I guess we're going to quick fire the rest of these.
We'll quick fire a few things and then some fun little stories. Well, yeah, we'll do the games and then we have a couple maybe fun stories of the show floor.
Yeah. But let's see. Next thing I got to play is Wolfenstein.
Wolfenstein, yeah.
It's cool.
Wheelchair simulator.
Wheelchair simulator. It has wheelchair physics. Opening game's really cool. From what I played so far, much better than the opening of the last Wolfenstein you did. But if you played it before, the last one they done. Mm-hmm. If you haven't played, it's good. It's probably on sale in a lot of places.
You would assume.
Solid gameplay, solid shooting. It's rare to find that solid of just a single player first person shooter. So if you want something like that, pick it up. It's awesome. What did I do next?
What did you do next?
South Park Fractured Butthole. Holy crap! Hey game.
My favorite part about that was the woman who was working that area of the booth.
Yeah,
was cracking up laughing, and it wasn't just ha ha ha, I'm promoting this game laughing. No. She was genuinely like felt mirth. Like she was genuinely mirthful. I like mirth right now. She was really into it and cracking up laughing, and she's like, I don't know why I still find this funny. I've watched this 20 times today already. I cannot stop laughing.
Yeah, it's all the humor you expect for South Park, but like the demo level is a strip club that you go into, and it is a strip club. It's like South Park nudity is in there,
which is weird on so many levels.
Speaking about weird on so many levels, like some part of the games you play, like legitimately you feel not comfortable doing, like you give a lap dance to.
Yep, there's a stripper. There's a lap dance mini game.
Yes,
that's literally called a lap dance mini game, and it is
you pretty much gyrate and fart on them.
Yeah, I'm sorry, spoilers, but like
spoilers, but
whatever.
This is all the first previews. Everybody's mentioned it.
Yeah, everyone's already mentioned all this stuff. It is legitimately uncomfortable to watch. I didn't get to play it.
It's fun.
I just had to watch Justin play. There wasn't a booth, and it was but it looked like Stick of Truth, but turned up a notch. I mean, like that's kind of been the thing for a lot of the stuff we saw today. Is it just felt like the past, but tuned a little.
I guess the part that is different, Stick of Truth, is the combat.
Yeah, so I've again not really watched a lot of the Fractured Buttholes combat gameplay stuff because I just not since they first debuted it.
Yeah.
So it seems like try to describe it to me because I'm not even sure what I was watching.
It's grid-based combat. Like there's squares around there and you can move around the squares. Like everybody has a certain move. I mean, you play.
It's more tactical RPG kind of like, but on a light level.
You play Banner Saga, right?
Yeah.
Okay, it's like Banner Saga.
Okay, so tactical RPG.
Yeah, tactical RPG. That's about it, man. Like you get moves. It's the whole square thing. It's like you push it, like you can hit like left, up, down, right, depending on your move. Unless it's a distance move, then it shows you the squares you can hit them on. It's tactical RPG. I don't know why I didn't say Final Fantasy Tactics as well. Like probably the most well-known one.
In both segments of this video.
Yeah, they're going off. But it's
muted.
Fun.
It's muted.
The combat's also hilarious.
Yeah, well, you were fighting a drunken bar patron who his area of effect attack was to flail helplessly, stumbling and missing you before idiot Savant beats the ever-loving shit out of you.
Yes.
You and the person who you were the sidekick to.
It's not like just have standard, like after you beat him, like one guy's like, oh, fuck, it just walks off, and I don't. It's a funny game. I can't wait for it. God, I want to be so uncomfortable playing that.
It really re-upped my interest in the game because with the original delay, I had kind of lost interest. But watching it reminded me of how much I loved Stick of Truth, and I was like,
Stick of Truth, which I can never go back and play because of some segments, but
yeah,
like it's not like I'm against them. It's just they're weird, and I really don't need to experience it again.
Yeah, the only reason I tried to play Stick of Truth again was because I missed one Chim Pokemon and one character that you can call in whatever your phone book or whatever.
Yeah,
I missed. They were just you could not get again in a very obvious place, and so I just never. So I tried to go back and play it, and then I had the David Hasselhoff glitch, which for those who don't know meant that you could not progress past a certain point, like an hour into the game, and it permanently corrupted. It corrupted every save file, and it was an unfixable thing that I never tried to fix. So I never went back and finished it. I was going to replay it because of for the achievements, and it also just was a really good game. Yeah. But this made me look and be like, oh right, this is why I liked Stick of Truth. Holy crap! Because I'm not a South Park fan, haven't been a South Park fan since like season 3 of the show, but this makes me like,
yeah, and it just like as Stick of Truth, like it's like you're playing an episode, like it looks just like it.
And the superhero theme aspect of it's really awesome.
Yes, definitely.
I love this was first announced around the time or before Marvel Civil War, and it's now not even going to come out until Infinity War comes out.
Yep,
because it's so heavily delayed.
Yeah, but I guess moving on to the next thing, which, gosh, this is actually, I really liked it. Metroid, Samus Returns. It's really good.
I would hope so. I mean, it's an upgrade. I mean, it's a remake, right? I mean, it's essentially what it is.
Well, it's a remake, but I mean,
a complete overhaul.
It's a complete overhaul. Like Samus doesn't take up half the screen.
Yeah.
It's backlit. It's a great 2D Metroid game. Like it feels good.
Yeah. So,
I was just hooked. Like I think you saw me. Like I didn't want to look away from the screen. I was just. on it.
No, I kept Justin was playing for a little while, and I kept trying to talk to him, and then I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna go do something. I'm gonna go schmooze some booth people. You have fun. And he went like, yeah. I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna be over in that general area, so either when you're done, come find me or text me if you can't figure out where I am. He's like, It just zoned, just completely and utterly into it.
Yeah, the one thing I thought was going to be kind of cheesy in it is the counterattack, but it actually feels really, really good. It's like when someone attacks you, can actually like just flail your arm up and knock them back, and then like if you pull off the shot really quick, it like aims straight at them. It's a really cool counter move, and it takes some skill to nail too.
That's cool.
The thing I didn't like about it is you have to play with the thumb pad. You can't play with the D-pad buttons because they're assigned for like other abilities.
Oh,
so that felt a little weird.
Yeah, I'm one of the few people who probably Sonic Mania. I actually play with the thumbstick on the on the Switch. I play with the thumbstick for the 2D portions and the 3D stuff. For the 3D Chaos Emerald stuff, I played the thumbstick, and then I played the D-pad for the 3D orb shit.
It just makes
I'm saying so I'm one of those weird people who doesn't. I totally could get why that could throw.
And there's some moves that are like kind of hard to do because you can actually conduct and shoot stuff, but it's kind of hard to nail because you're not hitting directly down, but you just tap down and you can do it.
Yeah,
it's really cool. 3D actually looks really good in it.
Yeah,
which I think I probably might actually use 3D while I play this game, and cut it off as I always do.
Yeah.
But I mean, it legitimately looks good. So
you have it on with that whole wow, this looks really cool at the game. I really enjoy this, and then it's like after 20 minutes, you're like, all right, back to normal game.
But it's Metroid and it's awesome. So if you're looking for the good 2D Metroid, if you're complaining about they never put one out, they're doing it now. So
yeah, just 3DS. I mean, here's hoping they're not. Don't even believe it. Here's hoping though that they put out the Switch too at some point.
Hopefully
in the future. They're not. Don't even.
But I'll be playing on the 3DS until they do.
Yeah.
Next game I did not expect to see there. BioMutant.
Yeah. So BioMutant was just announced 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Press
release out of nowhere. Nobody knew anything about this game. It kind of took PC Gamer and a bunch of places by storm. We in our Slack chat got really into it. It turns out there's a reason the game was so far. It's apparently really close to done. They've been working on it since I think he said late 2014. I think he said it's been in development for a very long time. It's scheduled for 2018. They obviously wouldn't give information on specifics, but they implied that they would be surprised if it wasn't the beginning of 2018 because it looked like a finished game.
Yeah, it felt like a finished game too. Got some weird kind of resolution blur to it, but I don't know if that's just because of what's played on or what, or if because it's alpha.
It also wasn't permanent. It was it wasn't quite that bad, but it was almost like the Mass Effect 1 textures not loading in sort of thing.
Yeah.
But where it was just you'd enter in it, you start walking and then go kind of thing, and then it would come back.
But as far as character customization goes, holy crap, you can customize every little bit of that BioMutant. God, I mean, even to how he looks, you can make him just tall, skinny, bulky. It has the whole sliders thing. It's like you're making a WWE green star.
Yeah, it's all over the place. You can do all the different sliders, all different color sliders, and part of the game's aspect that we're described to is you mutate. So mutations are both going to be things for traversal and things for combat.
Yeah,
but it will also be things for visual cosmetic stuff. He wasn't clear if it was you could have mutations that were 100% pure cosmetic.
Yes.
But things you get claws. And he said lobster claws. He kept claws. And then I kept thinking to myself, well, it's a raccoon kind of creature. So I'm thinking claws. And then he's like, yeah, I get these cool lobster claws. It's what the fuck?
Yeah, lobster claws, wings, whatever have you.
So there's full-fledged changes, and it has a binary choice system.
Yeah.
Of things, anti-hero, essentially the infamous way. So it's anti-hero, righteous hero, which right at the start of the game, it's do you take the left turn and get negative points, or right? I'm assuming that's just for the demo purposes. That just gives you a feel of things. It was so stupid.
Yeah, it has a good sense of humor to it.
But it has a good sense of humor.
About customization too. I forgot, even your fur, how it looks, you could customize that too. They got different type of ones.
Customization is key. That seems like a huge thing they're doing. The weird thing is they were, you mentioned a comment that the humor seems very Fable-esque.
Yeah.
Kind of. But a lot of the mutation aspect makes me think of Peter Molyneux discussing the morphing system of the original Fable that we never really got. Where, you're choices change stuff, and it in like in subtle and interesting ways, and like when you learn stuff in the world, you change.
Yes.
It sounds like this game is actually doing that kind of.
It really
to an extent, and it
does.
Yeah,
And
it was cool.
I guess to get to the gameplay too, feels good.
Yeah.
Combat feels good. Traversal feels good. They didn't have the vehicles or anything in this build, but it's just fun running around. It's this little raccoon man. And it's kind of like Rocket Raccoon in the game.
I mean, that's what all the headlines are referring to. Is look, you can play as Rocket Raccoon in a game. Like,
and the customization looks like it also goes for your weapons too. This one kind of like auto built it for you, but I'm guessing like later on you can build like the hilt, what kind of blade you want, stuff like that.
That's really cool because you're like was it a samurai gun wielding raccoon character?
Yeah.
Does that seem accurate?
Yeah.
All I know is from watching from the outside, I mean, it wasn't like this, but watching from the outside, I felt like I was watching Two Humans gameplay, honestly, is what it just from a purely visual perspective reminded me of.
But it does really cool things. Like the combat feels good as far as it goes to enemy. Sometimes you could jump above them, pop your guns out, pop them up, shoot your guns underneath them. I don't want to say like Devil May Cry because it doesn't play like that, but you could do some cool looking things. And the guy says kind of like John Woo looking stuff too. It's cool. Shout out BioMutant.
We got about 10 minutes before the camera shuts off again.
All right. I guess next thing we played after that was Cuphead. We're really bad at Cuphead.
Here's a fun thing about Cuphead. I mean,
Exist?
that's a really fun thing. Yeah, after 87 years of waiting for it, I've watched that the short snippet trailers, those sizzle reels and stuff that we've seen at E3 for all those years. I was not aware it was Contra.
It's pretty much Contra, yeah.
I was not fucking aware that it was an 8-directional shooter, like at all. It was fun. Switch between you switch between your weapons. You jump. You revive by doing essentially a double jump next to things. So you can
so co-op.
Yeah, so for co-op purposes, and it has co-op. You do that to also collect purple, pink stuff to charge up your energy, which we did not realize. Justin and I could not beat the first level.
I don't even know if that was the first level because it's like an overmap. You can go anywhere you want.
Yeah, you go everywhere. So we just picked the place at random. Yeah, but we did watch a few other people play it, and I mean the boss is actually very Contra-esque.
Yes.
I mean literally, it's cutesy Contra.
Beautiful game though.
It might be one of the singles, just like the same reason that drew most of us in over the last however many years. It is a gorgeous game. I though can't imagine playing that for long periods of time because the film grain kind of aspect of it wore thin on me so quickly. I had that one. I'm not good at games, and I would have been bad regardless. But I like give 10% of the blame for my inability to play that game because the film grain threw me off so badly. Now maybe over time get used to it kind of thing, but I don't know, irked the shit out of me.
Yeah,
it was still a fun game.
Fun game, cool game. I guess next up, I picked up Skyrim on Switch. I'm just going to confirm for you, it's Skyrim on Switch. I don't know what else to say about that.
If you wanted to play Skyrim on a Nintendo Portable, I mean, it didn't seem sluggish. It didn't seem anything like.
It runs surprisingly well. Looks pretty good.
Yeah, like I mean, it's literally. I don't know if it's a full price game worth kind of thing. I think that they're charging full, right? Is what the last we heard.
I think so.
Yeah, I don't think it's that.
If you want to buy Skyrim again,
you are, especially for that. If you've never played Skyrim, it's 100% worth it.
Yeah.
You get all the DLC. Did not know that, but you get all the DLC for the game.
Yes.
But a $40 price point there, for that for portable Skyrim, I would 100% consider that.
Yeah.
It was thoroughly enjoyable.
So that was that. I briefly played Dragon Ball FighterZ by just one match. Yeah. It's cool. Game's gorgeous. Mm-hmm. Like it looks like the anime looks. It's
Dragon Ball fighting games. I mean,
yeah. I mean, they say that every time. Like, hey, it looks like the cartoon. This one actually looks like the cartoon. Mm-hmm. It's cool. It's very fast gameplay. It's by Arc Systems. The guys that do Blaze Blue, whatever you want to call it. Bunch of other stuff too. There's people in the fighting game community who can explain that a hell of a lot more better than I can as we watched during the final segment of Kind of Funny
GameStop Expo stuff. There was a pro gamer who was one of those eloquent, well-spoken pro gamers, or any human beings actually I've ever fucking heard in my life, and that made me really appreciate the game for not giving a shit about fighting games or Dragon Ball in my case. I was like, okay, I gotcha.
Got it. After that, well, not after that, I don't even know where it falls in timeline, but we got to play Battlefront 2 a little bit.
Space mode,
space combat.
Fondor, yeah. hopped in a TIE Interceptor briefly in a bomber. Right at the end of the game, I'd earned enough coins to get Slave 1, or it was Darth Maul's, I don't remember what it's called, but his ship. The Rebel side was the Millennium Falcon and Poe Dameron's X-Wing. And once I got used to it, at the first I really did not like it, but once I got used to it, I could see myself sinking some fucking time into the space mode. It was a lot of fun doing tracking shots and things like that, and yeah, I mean, it's cool. I really would like to have seen ground combat, I feel like, because we had a discussion beforehand that neither one of us were really fans of the first Battlefront's combat. It felt like, I think you worded it as... it
felt like a mod.
It felt like a mod kind of thing, and it was, which was okay for like the against AI kind of horde mode stuff, but not great for multiplayer. I mean, personal opinions here. I would love to have tried it out for 2 to see how it changed, but purely on space combat...
It's fun.
I consider it right now. It went from something I was not considering buying to I'm like...
I had enough points to get Slave 1 twice, and I crashed it both times.
Yeah, crashing is very easy. I plowed straight into a person flying the Millennium Falcon. Yeah, but combat's fun. Space combat is great.
Yeah.
You feel... it. I can't think of a comparable thing, but it's one of the best Star Wars space combat things I've played so far.
Yeah, it feels really good.
Even if I completely forgot how to speed up like 17 different fucking times.
I actually switched my controls up when I was playing it. Which a lot of customization of controls. So you don't like.
We were playing on on PS4, right?
Yeah, PS4.
Yeah, it was good. Look into it. What else we got?
I think the last thing I played was Evil Within 2.
Just quick thoughts on that before the camera shuts off.
Yeah, it's really cool. I mean, it's more Evil Within. It seems pretty solid, pretty freaky. I got to a point where like I could only take one hit and I kept dying. I'm like, I'm done here. But I don't know. They added more to like stealth aspects as far as getting around the levels. Yeah. At least the part I played. But it looks really freaky. I want to play it more. So yeah, looking forward to it.
That's cool. Yeah, I know you and a few people on our team were excited when that was shown off at E3, so it's cool that was there and playable.
I also didn't expect it there too, so that was a surprise.
Yeah, that was a little surprising. GameStop Expo gets some good stuff though. It seems essentially it's what goes to E3 goes there, and except it's a few months later, so it's slightly more tuned demos and things like that.
Yeah.
But no, he's like an overall good event. We did the game stuff first, but just for like some personal story kind of things in the 3 minutes we have. Absolute highlight as always for any event that Kind of Funny's at.
Yes.
Has to be wandering around Greg Miller spotting us, hearing a shout of constantly calibrating, and then just bear hug. Yeah,
it's always great.
It's always great. It never gets old for us. I still don't believe he knows either one of our names.
No.
Don't care. It was fun. Chatted with Greg, chatted with Nick quite a fair bit.
Yes, we did.
And then bumped into Tim at one point and must have talked about Game of Thrones, for reference, before any of us saw the finale, because Tim has to wait till he's home to his girlfriend. I have to wait till I'm home to my wife. So we were talking about before it had even aired. And yeah, we must have talked about Game of Thrones with Tim for like 10 fucking minutes. I feel
did.
And it was just it's always cool chatting with those guys.
Yes.
And Kyle, who works for GameStop Expo, and one who has been gracious enough to give me passes to the event for years now.
Thank you.
It was really cool, and to talking to him and actually hearing how they film their stuff, like actually or stream their stuff, like watching that stuff as someone who's trying to learn that trade.
Yes.
It was really cool. You don't think about it when you're watching it live, but they have like 3 cameras set up, and watching the positioning of it and seeing how they're framing on a stage, it was just really cool. I should have not dropped out of college when I was in for video production, because it turns out that's like the most fucking useful skill that I really need.
I wish I went in for video production.
Yeah, that was my that was college attempt number 1, act 2, as I like to call it. It was my second major attempt at my first college.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Paul Denegri, sorry about that.
Oh.
Yeah. He was a good teacher. I was a terrible student.
But
anyways, it was cool chatting them up. And my highlight of the event was getting online to get a bottle of water. Justin wanders off, and I turn around, and who's standing behind me? Ed Boon, creator of Mortal Kombat.
Just there.
Just fucking there. He was doing a signing in like 15 minutes, and I was going to get food, quickly beforehand. I didn't bother him or anything like that. There was no reason to, but I was just like, fucking co-creator of Mortal Kombat is like online with me to get food.
Yeah.
He ended up switching to a different line because I think he wanted pizza, not a sandwich.
Choices.
Good choices. But it's just like, I love this event for that reason, because it's like he could just want. I mean, I don't know how many people would know him on site, anyways, necessarily.
It's kind of the reason why I wouldn't go to E3.
Yeah, but it was just like, yeah, I mean that kind of aspect. But it was just like he's just there, and it was like, okay.
Yeah, because you don't get it too much at PAX, but
PAX for random things. I mean, I bumped into Mike Laidlaw, creative director on the Dragon Age series last year, but yeah, you don't have a lot of that. So this was cool with that, and then you're kind of funny guys wandering around. Obviously, I mean, we bump into them everywhere, but it was cool. Otherwise, it was a good event. There's rumors it's not going to be in Vegas again, which I don't know, which means I may not go to the GameStop Expo again, because I really like being able to drive 5 hours to Vegas, and the hotel's not expensive, particularly compared to most other things. So, but there's a rumor it's going to be somewhere else. Rumor. But it just so as potentially my last GameStop Expo and your first.
yes.
I'd give it a really a good grade. I enjoyed it. Did not need to be there that fucking long,
No, did not.
because like we were done for the day. We were done. We got in there at 9:30. We were done for the day by noon.
Yeah, it got to play everything we wanted.
And then we went and played a bunch of it again, because it was just like, okay. We hung around the Kind of Funny Guys area for a while just to talk with them. Not even for just cause. All right. So yeah, camera turned off again.
Yeah.
So we're
Got
just,
one of those.
we only have
DSLRs.
we only have a few fucking more seconds. So yeah, GameStop Expo was great. Do you have any other final thoughts for it?
I really don't.
So, if you enjoyed this video, we're going to be talking about it with Ryan and Brad. It's going to be on Monday night's podcast. This video probably actually go out after the podcast goes, at least for streaming purposes. But that'll be more of a chatting, them asking questions kind of thing, and more shooting the shit, more personal stories than just straight up game stories kind of thing. So, hope you enjoy this kind of content. If you do enjoy this kind of content, just let us know. We like to do the Unfiltered videos. We're going to be putting up I don't know if we're going to do day-by-day stuff for PAX West next week. It's really going to depend on editing ability, what computers we have. But we're going to do PAX West similar kind of content. So, thanks. Where's the camera? There's the camera.
Yeah.
I don't know where I'm looking. Sign off?
Yeah, signing off.
This would be a fun fucking edit.
Yeah.